Hey guys, good morning and welcome to the channel. So I'm in a beautiful place right now. Something somewhere a little different to do a video, I thought, on the beach here in Rathtrevor Provincial Park in Parksville. We're staying at a place just up the road from here. You know, Vancouver Island is one of the most beautiful places, I think, in Canada. And I thought, why not do a video on the best times to visit Canada, because I think, you know, there's some differences depending on which province you're going to, and it's really interesting to know. So without further ado, guys, let's do this. All right, guys, I'm back. So in today's video, we're talking about the best times to visit Canada. Now, I think this is an interesting video for a couple of reasons, because really people view Canada as being cold, so they would think July, August are the best times to visit Canada. Now, I'll tell you right now, in Alberta, where we live, visiting in July, August is terrible, and it's terrible for a couple of reasons. It is the busiest time. The parks are packed, especially if you want to go to places like Banff National Park or Jasper National Park. They're just so busy, so heaving, that it's not nice. However, on the other hand, if you do like things which have atmosphere, which just means they're packed full of people, then go in July and August. You'll also get the best weather in July and August. Remember, Calgary is pretty high altitude, and so are the Rocky Mountains, so winter starts earlier there than the rest of the country. However, I would say the best months to visit are probably May, June. Now, if you visit in May, the thing is, the leaves aren't even going to be on the trees yet because it's high altitude. The leaves come around the first week of June. So I would say that June or September are the best times to visit for Alberta. So June and September. Here in Vancouver Island, if you visit, or the mainland, Vancouver, the best times to visit are September usually. September is typically dry, although this September has been kind of wet compared to other Septembers we've been. But it's typically dry and it's typically warm enough. Now, Vancouver has a little bit of a dry season that generally runs through the summer months, and it sometimes lasts into October. So if you come visit in September, that's a great month because you're kind of at the end of the dry season. And bear in mind, most places in Vancouver Island, they don't have air conditioning. So the fact is, if you visit when it's hot, like Parksville, I think it got up to above 30 at times, then it's very, very uncomfortable to stay in a place without air conditioning. I know because we did it last year in July. So, and that brings me on to another point. If you visit the island, this is only specific to the island because the mainland's not the same. July is a good time to visit because it's warm, and we find the island, because of the fact it's an island and it's cut off from the mainland, even though there's ferries and planes, you just don't get the amount of people that you get visiting on the mainland. Vancouver Island is kind of a hidden secret when you're visiting Canada. It's a beautiful, one of the most beautiful places. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Vancouver and the lower mainland. I think it's kind of horrible, dirty, and it's like the dirtier version of the island, if you like. But visiting here during July is also a good time if you want the summer weather. Okay, now let's talk about Ontario, because Ontario is the other big tourist destination. When is a good time to visit Ontario? Well, typically the spring is pretty rainy in Ontario. I used to live there, so I know. If you visit during May can be an excellent time. The leaves come back during the middle of May and it's really beautiful. You get the cherry blossoms and all that, which happen in April and May. So May is a good time to visit. And you can also get really good weather, like 25-degree weather in May as well. So May is an excellent time to visit for sure. So You also want to look at visiting in August, September, October. Now, they're all perfect months to visit Ontario, and there's a couple of reasons which you want to bear in mind. If you decide to go in October, you're going to be greeted with the fall weather, which can be phenomenal. I absolutely love the fall weather in Ontario. I miss it so much because Calgary just does not have a fall. You just go September, winter. There is no fall at all. But in Ontario, the fall or the autumn is absolutely beautiful, and the trees are generally at their peak in the last couple of weeks of October, and you can also get really warm weather then as well. We've had 25 degrees in October as well, so it kind of depends on the weather, but you could also see some cold weather as well. But it's a beautiful time to visit. September is usually pretty warm. That's usually the best time to visit if you want to avoid the crowds, because it's not super hot, but the lakes are still warm and it's still warm, so it's still a good time to visit. I visited September 2019 and it was absolutely fantastic. I was in Lake Huron. It was still warm enough to swim in, and there was no crowds or anything like that, so it's a great time to visit. Now let's talk about the East Coast. So the East Coast is a bit of a mixed bag, because really you could go at any time of year and be greeted with a storm or rain. But the fact is, guys, if you went during the summer, you're going to get the best weather. The weather there during the summer is typically very good, and the temperatures as well are very hot for a coastal place if you're going to like Nova Scotia and places like that. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick are places that we really want to visit desperately because they are meant to be so beautiful, and the time that we want to go is October. And again, we want to go there because October is that fall weather, so we just want to be and witness that, because apparently the fall weather in October in Nova Scotia is unbelievable. So you can go in the summer. I wouldn't go in May though. June, July, August are really your best bet for the East Coast, and then also go in there during the fall. September, October can be good too, but bear in mind that hurricanes, that's also hurricane season there, and they do get hit by hurricanes. They just got hit by a hurricane last week, I think it was, so you have to be mindful of that. But it can be a great time to visit. That's why it's better to kind of go the end of the hurricane season. October could be a better time, but you have to be prepared for anything in these coastal areas, I think. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on when to visit Canada. If you like this video, then hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. So from a beautiful morning here in Parksville, I wish you the best of your weekend and week, and I will see you in the next video. As usual, peace and love, guys. Bye bye.